Hi everyone, my name is KNS Swami. Today in this video I am going to discuss about the
Oswald dilution law. Oswald dilution law. Okay, so according to this Oswald dilution law, okay, what it can state? Okay, so according to this Oswald dilution law, that at constant at constant temperature at constant temperature, okay, the degree of dissociation of an electrolyte is directly proportional to square root of volume of electrolyte solution or okay, it is or inversely proportional to square root of concentration of electrolyte solution. Okay, so this is the statement of Oswald dilution law. Okay, according to this Oswald dilution law, at constant temperature, okay, the degree of dissociation is directly proportional to the square root of the volume of the electrolyte solution, and it is inversely proportional to the square root of the concentration of the solution. So here according to this one, okay, the degree of dissociation, that is alpha, is directly proportional to the volume of the solution. Okay, so okay, this is the one statement. Okay, this is the one form of representation of this Oswald dilution law. And another one is okay, this alpha is inversely proportional to the square root of the concentration. Okay, square root of the concentration of the electrolyte solution. Okay, so okay, these are the two statements. Okay, these are the two statements which are derived by this Oswald dilution law. Okay, so how to prove this these two statements by using this Oswald dilution law? Okay, so here according to in order to prove this one, okay, let us consider a reaction. Okay, that is AB. Okay, let us consider an electrolyte, that is AB. Okay, this electrolyte can be undergoes the dissociation in a solution. Okay, so if you add these electrolytes in a solution, okay, it can undergoes the dissociation. Okay, so according to Arrhenius theory, okay, it can if you add this electrolyte to the solution, okay, that can undergoes the dissociation. Okay, it means it can be spontaneously undergoes ionization. Okay, so okay, this AB gives rise to A plus B minus. Okay, so there is a equilibrium between dissociated ions and undissociated ions. Okay, this is only up to Arrhenius theory. Okay, so okay, this Oswald, okay, the scientist Oswald applied law of mass action on this equilibrium. Okay, so by applying law of mass action, okay, so by applying law of mass action. Law of mass action. Okay, so the dissociation constant, that is K, is equals to the, okay, the concentration of the dissociated ions and by the concentration of the undissociated ions. Okay, so okay, here, okay, this is we got from by applying law of mass action. So now in order to derive this one, I am taking this one, this reaction. So let us consider case 1. Okay, if this electrolyte is we are taking electrolyte in C moles. Okay, so C moles of electrolytes we are taking. If we are taking C moles of electrolytes, okay, so what happened? Okay, let us examine case 1. Okay, here case 1. Case 1. Okay, in this case 1, okay, if okay, C moles of electrolyte dissociated into ions. Okay, so here okay, again we are taking okay, the equation, that is this one. AB is gives rise to A plus B minus. Okay, so initially we are taking only C moles. Okay, so C moles of electrolytes we are taking initially. So there is no presence of this A plus ion and B minus ion at starting. Okay, so after reaching equilibrium in final state, okay, we can observe the concentration of this dissociated ion, that is C alpha, and the concentration of the B minus ions, that is C alpha. Okay, so here the concentration of undissociated ions at equilibrium. Okay, it means at final stage. Okay, that is okay, C. Initially we have C. Okay, so there is a loss of C alpha in the form of ionized form. So okay, that is C minus C alpha. Okay, this is the concentration of the undissociated ions. Okay, but we know that okay, according to this this law of mass action. If you apply the law of mass action, okay, we have K is equal to, that is equilibrium constant, Kc is equal to okay, the concentration of the A plus ions and the concentration of the B minus ions by the concentration of the undissociated ion, that is undissociated molecule, that is AB. So the concentration of A plus, that is C alpha, into okay, the concentration of B minus, that is also C alpha, by the concentration of the undissociated ion C minus C alpha, that can be written as C into 1 minus alpha. Okay, C into 1 minus alpha. So here that is equal to C square alpha square by C into 1 minus alpha. So here there is a cancellation between the C and the square. Okay, so here we have C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. Okay, so okay, this is what we got in this equation. Okay, now okay, if alpha is much less than 1, okay, if alpha is much less than 1, the value of 1 minus alpha, is equal to 1. Okay, so in that case, Kc is equal to, Kc is equal to C alpha square. Okay, C alpha square. Okay, where the alpha square is equal to Kc by C. Okay, where alpha square is equal to Kc by C. Okay, so that is equal to alpha is equal to root Kc by C. Okay, so where, okay, so okay, from this one, okay, where alpha is equal to, okay, so here, okay, where alpha is equal to root over Kc by C. Okay, so where alpha is directly proportional to the 1 by root C, where Kc is equal to equilibrium constant or dissociation constant. Okay, dissociation constant, where alpha is equal to degree of dissociation, where C is equal to concentration of the electrolyte solution. Okay, so it means here on dilution. Okay, so the meaning of this equation. Okay, so this is the one form of Oswald dilution law. Okay, it means on dilution, the concentration of the electrolyte solution decreases and dissociation and degree of dissociation increases. Okay, so this is the meaning of this statement. Okay, here on increase in the dilution, there is a decrease in concentration. At the same time, there is a increase in degree of dissociation. Okay, if the degree of dissociation increases, okay, the conductivity of that electrolyte solution will be increases. It means the equivalence conductance will be increases. Okay, so okay, whereas in the case of strong electrolytes, okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation at moderate concentration. Okay, but they can also increases equivalence conductance on dilution. Okay, they can also produce more equivalence conductance on dilution. Okay, so okay, that thing, this theory. Okay, so by considering this theory, okay, this theory does not applicable, okay, those strong electrolytes, because okay, they can undergo 100% dissociation at moderate concentration. Okay, so this theory only applicable for weak electrolytes, but because okay, they are not undergo 100% dissociation at moderate concentration, they can undergo there is an increase in dissociation on dilution in the case of weak electrolyte. Okay, so this is the one form of the Oswald dilution law. Okay, so now if you consider the second case, okay, instead of taking C moles, okay, instead of considering C moles, okay, case 2. Okay, so if 1 mole of electrolyte, okay, if 1 mole of electrolyte is taking in this one. Okay, so here we are taking AB gives rise to the A plus and B minus. Okay, so here it is present in 1 mole. At initially it does not undergo ionization. Okay, in the starting point. Okay, so it is a initial. Okay, at final it can undergo the dissociation. So okay, during this dissociation, okay, it can undergo the alpha number of A plus ions and alpha number of B minus ions. Okay, so the undissociated ions, that is 1 minus alpha. Okay, 1 minus alpha is the undissociated ions. Okay, so okay, here, okay, the concentration of this A plus and B minus and AB. Okay, by applying law of mass action above equation, okay, we have, okay, K is equal to the concentration of A plus ions and the concentration of B minus ions and the concentration of the undissociated ions, that is AB. Okay, so here, okay, in this case, okay, now, okay, the concentration of A plus, that is alpha by V, okay, and into, okay, this B minus, that is alpha by V. Okay, so by okay, again, okay, the concentration of A minus AB, okay, that is undissociated ions, okay, that is 1 minus alpha square. Okay, 1 minus alpha square by V. Okay, so sorry, okay, not square. So 1 minus alpha by V. Okay, so here in this case, that is equal to alpha square by V square. Okay, alpha square by V square by 1 minus alpha by V. Okay, so that is equal to alpha square by V square into V by 1 minus alpha. Okay, V by 1 minus alpha. So here, okay, this V and the square root of this square of this V will be cancelled out. Okay, so okay, here, okay, Kc is equal to, this is Kc. Kc is equal to alpha square by V into 1 minus alpha. Okay, so if, okay, so okay, here I am writing again here top side. Okay, so I will erase this one. Okay, where Kc is equal to alpha square by V into 1 minus alpha. Okay, so this is the equation we got in this one. Okay, so if 1 is much greater than alpha, okay, in that case 1 minus alpha is equal to 1. Okay, 1 minus alpha is equal to 1. So in that case, okay, Kc is equal to alpha square by V. Okay, where alpha square is equal to Kc into V. Okay, where alpha is equal to root over Kc into V. Okay, so it can be written as alpha is directly proportional to the V. Okay, so okay, this is the second form of this Oswald dilution law. Okay, so from this one, okay, here alpha is equal to degree of dissociation, where V is equal to volume of electrolyte solution, volume of electrolyte solution. Okay, so on increasing dilution, the volume of electrolyte solution, increases and the degree of dissociation also increases. Okay, so this is the second form of this Oswald dilution law. Okay, so here the degree of dissociation is directly proportional to the square root of the volume of the electrolyte solution. Okay, it means on dilution there is a increase in volume of the solution. If the volume of the solution increases, okay, the degree of dissociation will be increases. Okay, so this form also only applicable for weak electrolytes. Okay, so as a whole, okay, this Oswald dilution law will be applicable only for weak electrolytes. Okay, if you apply this theory to these strong electrolytes, it will be utter flop. Okay, so this theory only applicable for only weak electrolytes. Okay, it cannot applicable for strong electrolyte. Okay, so this is about the Oswald dilution law. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.